Look at this. We have a new button. This is what Dakor put in here.
A new story. Yep.
Look at this. We just have a story button. Bam. We're creating the news. This is Tomorrow Never Dies. The day before tomorrow. Whatever. The Bond movie. Okay. Right. Let's get back to the news. Bloody hell. There's more news, everyone.
Yeah, we are 2 out of, 9 items through.
Oh, man.
Woohoo!
How long can I keep on talking for? This is really sore. Fuck.
Yeah,
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Financial performance, everyone.
Yep. Yeah, well, this one's surprisingly short because they had no earnings call.
In fact, Matt, could you launch us into this? And I'm going to get I'll intro and then I'm going to go get some water.
Yep.
Do you want me to put on some tea?
No, it's grand. Let's get some water. Cheers.
In that case, WoW performance. So, within the Warcraft franchise, the fourth quarter World of Warcraft reach and engagement has continued to benefit from the combination of modern game and classic under a single subscription. In 2021, World of Warcraft delivered its strongest engagement and net bookings outside of a modern expansion year in a decade, but only on the second Tuesday, depending on the particular phase of the moon. Because as time goes on, they get more specific with the caveats of how WoW is doing great. So if we're going to break... Oh, well, actually, either you or Dakor.
It was me.
You added the bullshit detector.
Yep.
You know what, Matt? Take us away with the bullshit. I will go and get us some hydration.
Yeah, enjoy. What are the odds he runs away just to clear his throat a little bit? Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so I think this is literally just, I think it's interesting to try and break it down. So the bullshit detector is, of course, my thoughts kind of written down. Of course, Modern Classic together is going to be the strongest outside of a modern expansion year because that's like a really recent construct. That's only been possible for the past like 2.5 years, 2019. So you go, okay, well, 2019, BFA was already out, so that's not a modern expansion year. The only modern expansion year that has seen modern and classic be existing at the same time is Shadowlands, which was, the tail end of 2020. So I think, of course, net bookings are going to be at their highest so far because they hyper-juiced the 6-month sub. They've got Hearthstone stuff. They've got mounts. They've got the transmogs for sale. And that's all like relatively new stuff that they're selling. That's all relatively new ways to juice extra money. So obviously their net bookings are going to be up even with a drastically reduced player base. I think that's that's the most important thing there. But also it's just like, they just can't say anything. They're completely unwilling to say literally anything. It's just, strongest engagement. What does that mean? They don't give any figures whatsoever. And I think that's always the read to take. It's always a read to take. If you ever see any analysis on financial earnings or anything, they don't really have to tell you anything, but they will be, they'll be very happy to tell their investors anything that's technically true, as in won't get them into trouble with the SEC and makes them look good. So they, you think about what they don't say as opposed to anything else, and you've got this case. It's not going well. It's clearly not going well. Otherwise, they would say it's going really well. And to double down on that, we could look at their MAUs. So, to be fair, they haven't really done anything, but obviously I can't quite zoom in on the graph for you there because it's on Michael's PC, but we're down to 24 million MAUs. That is, lower than since Overwatch released. And that was the big thing because the last 2 quarters saw 26 million. And we thought this was a pretty big deal because we were like, hang on, that's the worst since, pre-Overwatch. Overwatch took them to 42 million. Overwatch and Legion together took them to 46 million. That was peak Battle.net. That was peak Battle.net. That was peak Blizzard. And it's just continued to sink. And the thing is about this graph that's very interesting is look at that massive gap where it stayed fairly high. Then look when BFA came out. BFA was, Q3 2018, 37 million. And that obviously, it stayed relatively safe with Classic launching, but you can see there's just a dip. It's their players are basically running away. I'd say a substantial amount of that is the Overwatch crew not staying, but they're clearly bleeding everywhere. They're clearly bleeding everywhere. Does that include COD Go? No, that does not include Call of Duty. This is Blizzard monthly active users, and it's not good. Like, I guess if you think about it this way, you think about how many games they've released, and their MAUs haven't went up. All of these releases, the last time it went up was Classic. So after Classic, every single release they've made hasn't been an influx of users. It's been a bandage. It's been it's been a tourniquet.
And especially when you consider, I don't know if you already said it, but when you consider that like somebody who plays WoW and Hearthstone is technically 2 MAUs, and they did that entire like Hearthstone cross promo to get every WoW player to open Hearthstone and every Hearthstone player to get a WoW subscription.
Yeah, this is them.
Boy, howdy.
Yeah, so this is them pulling every trick they have in the book and releasing multiple games and expansions to try and keep that number up. Because we know that's the number they care about, because that's the number they're talking about.
Yeah.
They're not talking about other numbers here. And that's just it, man. It's really brutal. And hopefully there's way back. Hopefully with Overwatch 2, their unannounced survival game. Every time I say survival game, I just think of the anime. Jesus Christ.
But Matt.
Yeah.
Look to the distance. Look to the Palinor fields.
Yeah.
Here is King Theoden and his iPhone.
Yeah. Actually, yep. That's it. This is
Problem solved.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me think for a second. We've got. I think we only have. We'll have 3 more quarters roughly before Microsoft will likely take over. Generally speaking. So I think I think we only have 3 more quarters of laughing at the MAUs.
It's so sad, man.
What
are we gonna do for content?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not even about Microsoft, honestly. If they get what we're going to talk about out, their MAUs are likely going to go wee. Same with Immortal, actually. I imagine this is going to go. Look at all of our players, ha 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 ha.
And the fucking shocking thing, is it like League of Legends Wild Rift?
Yep.
Diablo Immortal's probably going to be a very good mobile game as far as mobile games go. They have not shat that motherfucker out. They have evidently delayed that again and again and again, trying to get it right.
Yep.
And much as it's like not where I really want the home of Diablo to be, and I suppose it's not because of D4.
Yeah.
But every time you hear people talk about playing, they say, "Oh yeah, this is a great mobile ARPG."
Yeah.
It's probably sure as shit better than what Gameloft, push out. Not saying everything in Blizzard should be mobile. I'm not saying that. But no, I'm not saying Wild Rift sucks. No, I'm saying like Wild Rift is pretty good League adaptation on mobile.
Yeah.
So Immortal's probably going to do really well. And everyone with a phone can download it for free. And look what Call of Duty Mobile did to the Activision MAUs.
Oh yeah, they just here's an extra 100, by the way. Like, sweet.
Yeah, just 100. Like it used to be, the Blizzard would be, Blizzard and Activision, they'd be close. Maybe Blizzard would edge them out, and then COD Mobile.
Yeah,
Warzone.
Yeah, COD Mobile basically, and I guess Warzone to an extent, basically just was Eurobeat playing in the Activision offices where they were looking at the charts. It's unreal, unreal.
But what about World of Warcraft Mobile, everyone? So, Blizzard is planning substantial new content for the Warcraft franchise in 2022. And I'm still in the mode of thinking that's next year, but it's not. It's this year, which means we're getting a mobile game this year for World of Warcraft.
Yep.
Well, Warcraft, not World of Warcraft. So yes, new experiences in World of Warcraft and Hearthstone. I guess, bare minimum, that's patch 9.2, and that is loads of things that will all be expensive pop-ups that are very annoying, but actually it's a very well-designed game, Hearthstone. Yep. Well, I don't know about the the PvP, but like Book of Mercenaries and all that is like so good, really fun. So all new mobile Warcraft content into players' hands for the first time. Now, in the 2021 Q2 financial report, they said that 2 WoW mobile experience or Warcraft mobile experiences were being worked on in the incubation unit of Blizzard, which is kind of being headed up by Alan Adam, who is one of the co-founders of the company. Now, this is in addition to the earlier reports of 2 Warcraft mobile games in advanced development as of Q4 2020. So if this stuff was in advanced development, oh my god, 2020 technically is 2 calendar years ago. Yikes.
Wow, it's Q4, but yeah.
Yeah. So like a year and a half or a bit ago, whatever.
Yep.
Advanced development then? I mean, surely, yeah, release this year. Makes sense. And here's what they'd said. In our Warcraft franchise, we intend to deliver more frequent premium content to sustain and expand the Warcraft community. Yeah.
That's not been going so well.
We've made multiple mobile free-to-play Warcraft experiences that are in advanced development based on our franchise's beloved IP. So, there you go.
Man. This is something I was thinking. I've been thinking about this kind of all day. Because, like, okay, what Warcraft mobile experience are we going to get? Obviously, the only thing we know is some like stuff about a Pokemon Go-like game that was talked about in a couple of reports quite a while back. So we're like, okay, maybe that's going to be a thing.
I kind of... Well, Pokemon Go makes a lot of money these days, but also it's Pokemon.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, well, are we going to have Warcraft Go? Are we going to have walk around looking for pet battles? That seems feasible, easy to do. But this is the thing that I think is most interesting. World of mobile games mobile games have changed substantially in the past couple of years. A lot of these projects were in the incubation, 2019, 2020. But then, maybe even before that, because I remember hearing them as far as back as what, actually. I hear them whenever, especially when the team sort of swapped over to Legion, a lot of people seem to move into this incubation stuff. So I'm just like, okay, you started these projects, but now, obviously, to be fair, there's a lot of, there's a big gap in Western mobile games. But I'm thinking of the Eastern mobile games, and they're going to want to target China with this as well. What are they going to have that could ever conceivably compete with something like Genshin Impact? What's going to compete with, the kind of, like, the action combat you get in Punishing Grey Raven? How are you going to compete with, like, the storytelling of, like, a Near Reincarnation or Sinnoalis? How are you going to compete with any of that if you've taken ideas and concepts from 2017, 2018 and are making them now? So are they going to come out of the woodwork and shock us with something that's a mobile game that deserves to be launched now? Or is this going to be a Blizzard problem where they've been, basically fanning about so much?
Are they going to hot sit?
Yeah, are they going to hot sit and just be like, hey, obviously that's what I expected as a Warcraft Go. You're like, oh shit. You really were far too late with this. Even with, like, most things. I mean, they put a Flappy Bird thing in Shadowlands. What if they do that for mobile? Here's Warcraft.
Wow.
Here's Flappy WoW. Like, that's the problem. That's the thing I'm really worried about.
Fucking Gaijin Impact, let's go.
They work better if Mihoyo were Japanese, but yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Gacha games. It's all.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Taku save the world.
Yeah. So will Blizzard be able to hit the mobile market in a way that core gamers will conceivably care about, and that their major audience, or are they just going to go, what if we just make a King game but call it Warcraft? Obviously, they could have done that 100 years ago for free, but they didn't. So I'm just thinking, is this going to be really cool out of nowhere and be like, oh, thank fuck you've learned your lesson? Or is this going to be one of the biggest embarrassments of all time?
Don't know why you're looking at me.
I think it's... I'm really
Could
afraid.
be one of them.
I'm really afraid it's a latter. Really afraid.
Right, so action RPGs and mobile, that's just a thing. It works. It's been done.
Yeah.
So Diablo makes sense. MMOs, I mean, there's the Lineage one. By the way, you seen how much money Lineage 1 and Lineage 2 mobile make? Holy shit. It's like, fucking hell, I feel bad for ArenaNet. They're making Guild Wars. They're trying really hard. I'm enjoying Guild Wars. You look at the financial charts, it's like, Lineage Mobile, whee!
Yeah.
10 times the money! Literally, in a quarter. The Lineage Mobile gives like so much money. So I don't really know. Like, and I don't think mobile is like the best place for an MMO-ish experience.
Definitely
Though,
not.
evidently, across the world, a lot of people do like it.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. I really, really don't know, because I don't think they're just going to do a mobile MMO for Warcraft.
Not a chance.
So they're not going to do that.
Not a chance.
A Genshin Impact-like game, they're not going to do that because they do not have the resources.
Yeah.
People forget, MiHoYo have,
It's so massive.
they've got, 1,000+ people.
Honestly, probably more now.
Yeah.
Multiple
They are
concurrent games,
so fucking big.
Yeah.
That's how Genshin Impact has so much content. Genshin Impact, the mobile game, makes probably more money and has more developers, probably 3x, 4x, maybe 5x the developers of World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
You know, Genshin Impact, the mobile game, that's got 5 times the resources of WoW.
To be fair, it's also a PC game and a console game, so it's
True.
Yeah, which is I think where the
I guess it goes anywhere. It's its strength. But think about how many devs that has. So Blizzard don't have that many people in their incubation unit.
yeah.
So it's got to be something that is, built for repeated gameplay. So a card game like Hearthstone is one of those things. It's got to be built for repeated gameplay, and it's got to be design led, not humongously requiring loads and loads of content. Scripted content, things where you need to, animate characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It can't have loads of that. So, man, it's really hard to puzzle out what it could be.
Yeah.
You can see a smaller team making Hearthstone, but there's so many mobile games where you really can't see that.
Yeah, I guess my problem is, are they going to be doing this for years, but they're going to be so, they're going to, pussyfoot around the issue so much that you end up with Warcraft Subway Surfers, and that's about it, or Warcraft Jetpack Joyriders. That kind of thing where it's this is a mobile game, but, it comes down to time for me, because mobile games to me, there's mobile games and then there's mobile games that aren't really mobile games. There's games on your phone and there's mobile games.
Yeah, you can play Dead Cells
Yeah.
on your iPad and it's great
Yeah.
because it's Dead Cells.
Yeah. So will they make something that's a bit more Fantasian and you're like, oh no, this is literally just on phone because the devs were like, fuck it, let's make a game that, more people can access? Or are they going to make a mobile game?
It's going to be a mobile game. Who greenlit it? It was,
Yeah. Activision Blizzard King.
yeah, it was the ABK that said Warcraft 3 Reforged. Nah, we're not going to fix that. So, that's the environment where these things came into existence, which is why you start to think more of a Clash of Clans or a, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we're not going to get a 2022 mobile game. We're going to get a 2019, 2018 mobile game, which is a very, very different concept and a very different construct, and with a different market and with different ways of engaging with it.
But perhaps a bit, less evil, perhaps with some unique design. Because, a bunch of these projects, Blizzard did kind of shift some of their, their really kind of well-known devs onto.
Yeah, which is very interesting because, that seems like a good idea, but it's also not because...
They all got fired because they were at the Cosby Suite.
Yes. But, yeah, that literally happened. But no, the idea that they're this is going to sound insane, but they're old. They have experience in World of Warcraft and not a whole bunch else. Are they the best to be doing innovative moves? I would argue not. I'd say, they have experience in production and stuff like that. They have experience in design, but are they going to be the people to do something that's transcendent for mobile? Or are they just going to, be, very limited in what they can conceive of, and as a result, it's not going to be great?
Or you could say that a bunch of mobile gaming zoomers come in, misunderstand Warcraft, and fuck the whole thing up.
Yeah,
but maybe some of the people who know Warcraft are still going to be able to keep that feeling, that vibe, in whatever this game is.
Also fair, yeah, entirely fair.
Could go either way. We just don't know. But the nice thing is, we're going to find out soon. And look, mobile gaming, I'm doing a bit here, so just hold on. Mobile gaming is great. You can take a Nintendo Switch anywhere. It's a mobile gaming device. You can put a Razer Kishi or whatever the fuck it's called on your phone, play Genshin Impact, or play Dead Cells, or play the GTA games, or Max Payne on your mobile phone, and it'll be really good.
Or anything with cloud gaming.
Yeah, or girlfriend's been playing loads of things on not on her phone, on her iPad with a controller through Game Pass. That's how she played Moonlighter and finished it.
Yeah. So sorry.
And also that Team 17 dungeon Pokemon game. I forget its name.
Is that Nexomon? No.
I have no idea. But whatever it is, she's been doing that, like technically in a mobile format. It's just that so many of the mobile games are fucking evil.
Yeah, mobile gaming is okay. Mobile games are the problem.
Yes.
But not, now we have to redefine mobile games because they're not all a problem. Some of them are awkward times, but yeah.
Yeah, something like Wild Rift. There you go. That's a really fun game. I mean, if you want to be angry, because it's still League, but I really enjoy League. Big scrub. I only had fun at League because he was a really good blitzcrank and would set up kills that I would, half the time maybe make good on. Someone said there, LG, probably an auto chess game. Like if Blizzard did a mobile auto chess, maybe it could be really fun.
Yeah.
Who knows? Just a fun little game.
We'll be 500 years too late, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am completely open to be able to enjoy a Warcraft experience on my phone. It just needs to be a good game and not evil. And we need to wait and see if it'll be like that. And that's it. There's not really much else to say.
Yeah.
I
just love thinking about it. I don't know which I want. That's the worst part. I'm such a bastard. I don't know if I want this to be, here's, was someone's idea there, a match 3 where you rebuild Theramore. I don't know if I want that or if I want, we've actually just funneled all of our resources into this incredible game that we thought this is the future. Let's do it right. We have, not literally Overwatch the kind of game, but the next thing that Blizzard is. But it's just so happens to be on mobile, and you can also play it on PC because we designed it that way. Like, I don't expect that. I feel like that would be the best overall for them. But also, I'm just thinking, man, release some shit. Like, release something awful.
Oh no, I get it.